Start to talk about you.
Yes.
Good old Sarah Findlay.
Yeah.
34 million worth of publicity for all your her clients or your clients.
Yeah,
Is that true?
it is true. I was in the first 18 months of running my business too, so the number,
Yep.
I don't even know how much it would be now.
Yep.
Lose count.
So tell us how it all started. Tell us what happened before you started your own business.
Yeah.
What made you start your own business? Because obviously a lot of people out there are, a little bit cautious of starting their own business in this kind of economic time and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What made you do such a crazy thing?
Love it. I love running a business. It's awesome. So if you want to run a business, I'd definitely recommend it. I'd worked for a couple of agencies. I'd worked also in radio at Kiss FM, which was a lot of fun when I first moved to Melbourne. And I was made redundant at the last agency just before all the redundancies were happening.
Yeah.
So I was sort of like the first one. It wasn't, now if you say you're made redundant, it sort of happened to a lot of people. You go, oh yeah, the economy, when I was made redundant, wasn't really anyone, so it was a bit of a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Didn't want to work at another agency. Had worked at enough and had interviewed at plenty, and they weren't for me. So a client that I used to work with at the first agency I worked at hunted me down and wanted to work with me, so I just freelanced. I was still a little bit nervous and unsure whether to run my own agency.
Yeah.
And then knew Ricky Lee Coulter and her manager, so they
Good old Ricky Lee.
Yeah, Ricky Lee.
How's she going?
She's going good.
Is she?
Yeah.
Seen her in the magazines and all that. She's lost a lot of weight.
She has.
Can you talk
Very
about it?
fit.
No, can't talk. No, they can't talk about it.
No gossip.
No gossip. No gossip. Professionalism. So she's one of your clients.
She's not now, but that she was when I started. Basically, she went overseas to LA and New York and wrote and recorded and laid down all her tracks.
Yeah.
And I needed to start a business.
Yeah.
So I came up with a name and a good old road trip when you got lots of time to think.
Yeah.
And then by the time Ricky got back in May, I had another client as well. So I had 3 clients within the first 5 months of starting the business.
Yeah.
Was very, very busy working with Ricky Lee.
Do you know who you remind me of?
Who?
E from Entourage. Have you seen Entourage?
Yes.
You know
E, the manager.
The manager, because that's how he started. Because Vincent Chase was managing for Vincent Chase, but he didn't have a company because that was his own client.
Yeah.
And then he started to build on it, he started getting clients, and then he had to think of a business name.
Yeah.
And that's like your story.
And I remember that, and I remember his office.
Yeah.
His little office, yeah.
So you like the Australian version of E from
E, but
Entourage.
I don't manage.
You don't manage?
I'm Shona.
That's right. Then it's a cross of Shona, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you haven't got the accent, which is good.
No.
Because that accent sort of annoys me a bit.
Oh yeah, she's a bit
And
whiny.
you don't seem as bitchy as her. You seem
I'm
very
not.
nice.
Yeah, I'm not a bitchy PR.
No.
No.
Have you been bitchy to media?
I might have to be a bit hard sometimes.
Just slap them around.
Yeah. Tell them if I pull a story maybe or
Yeah.
whatnot, or more sometimes with fans. With celebrities, we love our fans, but sometimes it might get a little bit frustrating in the way when we're trying to get somewhere and we're on a tight schedule. So I've had to be a little bit hard there because the talent can't. They need to be nice to everyone. So
You seem so placid. I'll see if I can push your buttons in this interview and see if you can snap at me. See
no,
if
it won't happen.
We need
I
some
don't really
fans.
snap. No, even if I snap, I don't even think it's.
No. Maybe
snapping.
your cousin's kids. Maybe we can get them.
Quiet.
Yeah, she was telling her cousin's kids to be quiet earlier on.
And they've been
are we going
wonderful.
good over there?
Yep.
Oh, now they're quiet. Before they were making all this noise, but now they're nice and
They're
silent.
really good.
So maybe we can get them to crash the interview or something and see how you handle it. What's one of the most stressful and worst scenarios that you've ever been put in?
Like media crises are pretty stressful.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, Jeffrey Edelson crashed his helicopter. And
Good old Jeffrey.
Channel 9 cameraman pulled him out, so there was a pack of media there waiting for him, and he wasn't a client of mine then because another guy named John actually is his publicist, but he wasn't available, he was on a plane or something. So yeah, I had 15 minutes to get a comment of we'll find out what was going on and get a comment and start working with the media. And like the media often say how busy they get with PRs contacting all the time. They'll get lots of PRs contacting all the time. But if you're doing a media crisis, I couldn't even use my phone. It's ringing that much. So from a PR perspective, when things it's just out of control, and then, you know, running over and, you know, getting statements out and then declining interviews, or yes, making interviews happening, and then everyone wanted to know what Bryn was doing and where she was. So it was a normal day that day, and then became a crazy day. So you just never know.
Yeah.
But you've got to stay calm because everything's on record, and you've got to make very quick decisions.
If our up-and-coming artists out there that are trying to get into the entertainment industry,
Yep.
they obviously might not have the budget for a full-blown publicist. What could they do in terms of getting their profile up within the general public of Australia?
Yep. It's really important for artists to do gigs. So people always sometimes think they need a PR, but PR is great to get the press, but sometimes when you're really unknown, it's actually really, really difficult to get press. So if you have gigs...
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. If you get lots of gigs and you get a fan base, you get that underground swell, that can really happen, because all of a sudden the media might go, whoa, who's this person?
Yeah.
I mean, Bieber, it happened to him, he had so many hits and everything online that you can't argue with the numbers.
Yeah.
So especially with social media, so many people are being discovered on YouTube and things like that, because there's just so many people looking at, or you'll even see now TV shows showing YouTube clips. So it's become very powerful.
Like this interview is exclusive to our online followers.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, you have to subscribe, facebook.com/Planet Unearth.
All online. But yeah, gigs, like people sometimes forget about gigs. Gigs are really important, and you never know who's in that room listening. And that's the whole point, is you always want to be professional, because you might have a record label person standing in there, because they do like to discover talent, and they will go to different pubs to check people out. So you just never know who's in the room.
We might be in the room.
Exactly, we might be there.
Unearthing Australian talent.
Exactly.
You might be in the room.
And then go, hey, talk to Sean.
Talk to Sean Parry at Planet Unearth.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
Andy McPhee, Nick Brax, Paul O'Brien.
Yep.
What's some of the things that you do for these guys that makes a difference between someone that's in the public eye and someone that's not in the public eye?
The bigger that your profile becomes, it helps with actors to get more work. It helps if you want to get presentation. Basically, the more popular you are, the more people remember you, and you get more work. And even from a PR perspective, if we're running an event or something, you're trying to think of a host, you might flick through the current magazines and the current, you know, the social pages and the media to see who's hot right now. Always looking for clients, building, yes. So I work with brands as well as celebrities, so not just celebrities.
Yeah. We just like to talk about celebrities.
Yeah, celebrities are fun, but I do work with brands. So.
Screw the brands.
Yeah.
Unless we're looking for sponsorship, like our Chris's Dips and Star Now and Quencher. Thank you for sponsoring.
Yes, sponsors are good. Brands are great. Brands make a lot of things happen. So.
Yeah. What are some of the brands that you've been working with?
I work with Baby Jogger, so Miranda Kerr and Orlando Bloom have one of those. So they've been photographed quite a bit, which is great.
Yeah.
Mel B's got one too. So still with brands, you can still do stuff with celebrities, just a different way.
Yeah.
And I've got Baby Move, Lessic, and Protect Above, so it's all baby products. And then I've also got audio products, which is Tivoli Audio, Geneva, Castle, and Ellipson, so they're all great products. And I've also got Cato Republic, which is beautiful boutique sleepwear and cushions and things that are available online.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you got a lot going for you.
Yes.
Jeez,
very busy.
Do you have a social life? Do you have a love life?
PR is social.
That's PR is social, and that's your network.
You get to go to events, so I get to go to lots of fun events, premieres.
Can you send us to some premieres?
I probably could.
Yeah, yeah, we got that on camera. Did you hear that? Yeah, you heard it too. Sarah's sending us to a couple of premieres, so watch out. We might even bring the cameras.
It was really exciting last year. Got to see Sarah Jessica Parker. So I love Sex and the City. That's how I learnt about PR. I love Samantha.
You and my sister, we could talk for ages.
Yeah.
My sister should be doing the interview about Sex and the City.
Artists, if they're based in Melbourne, because I don't know about in Sydney, there's a music managers forum, which is lots of artists like yourselves all get together once a month. And the people that run it have worked in the music industry as tour managers and whatnot, and I think that's actually really good there because they teach you different things. They teach you the management, they teach you getting gigs, and they teach you social media. So I think that would be fantastic to do that, and it's quite affordable. And you meet other people, like-minded people. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's a tip.
Awesome, guys. There's the first tip. This is why you should subscribe to our online channel, youtube.com/planetunearth, so you can see this, and also our Facebook page. Like that page. Click that like. That's facebook.com/planetunearth.